Hi, good morning. I'm here this morning with Sonya Goddard. Tell us the name of your business.
Essgee Creative.
SG Creative. What do you do?
Photography, design, craft, toy making. I do anything creative.
Yes. So SG Creative. Um, I gotta start. I was telling her as she came through the door that this hair, I just have to compete. The lady's bringing the hair, y'all. I have to compete with this hair this morning. She has, I don't know if you can see it, her curl pattern is awesome. Yes. Natural girls. Yes. Curl pattern is awesome. Yeah. She looks gorgeous this morning. I don't know if you can see this is a lovely salmon color. This is salmon, right? It's a peach. A light salmon color. She looks gorgeous. I knew she was coming, so I was like, I gotta make sure it look good. I don't have this hair yet. My afro ain't get there yet. So
Soon there.
I make sure I do a little fro, a little hot thing here. I can sure run for some money. Alright. Just tell us about your life growing up.
My head is bad, so forgive my memory.
No problem.
But growing up, it was always me and my brother. Whatever he get, I get as well.
Yeah.
So that was a plus thing. My parents never forgot to please both at the same time. So if he had something blue, I have red.
Yes.
It's always blue and red. It's never blue and pink.
Oh, good.
And I just remember like growing up, I don't know, like, well, I was always thinking of my brother. Just really big.
She's a twin.
Yeah.
She's a twin.
And my brother was like so teeny and short,
Mm-hmm.
and it was big and tall. And then I guess the competition started when our training wheels came off, and I rode without my training wheels and went on left him.
Yes.
And he was just there, so still trying to get into it and stuff. And it was all the way top of the road.
Yeah.
Looking back, and he didn't left yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like fighting, bickering, physical fighting.
Children, yes.
Physical fighting. My brother pinned me down, made me cry. But, and then it was just, for me growing up, I was always around the guys. And he was like the boys and tea. I was always pitching marbles on mornings. In the dirt, pitching marbles before school start.
Oh my.
And I had my Barbies though. I had my Barbies, and I got into trouble, like, taking my mother's cloth and zips and stuff, making clothes and
yes.
Barbie.
Still a girl, still a girl.
Yeah, so it was a mixture.
Yeah.
And I always consider myself a tomboy in a way, even with the way I was dressing and things.
Mm-hmm.
So always, like, I never wore a shirt to here.
Yeah.
My shirts always came with here.
Yeah.
Always had on a pants or a skirt that wasn't too girly.
Mm-hmm.
Only girly was when it was winter.
Yeah, of course.
And I was around my cousins and stuff a lot. Like at their homes, we got money and stuff. We used to go in the hill and pick grapes, McDonald's. Fell down, hurt my hand twice. And you know, like, the funny bone.
Mm-hmm.
So when though that had the pain, I was skinning my teeth.
Oh my god, it is a funny bone. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, but eventually then the family started to drift apart as certain thefts happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the family started to get a lot of tension and pain. And then I find that it was like, rather than going out and being with everybody else,
Yeah.
it was now being with who was immediate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just my parents, my brother, me, and our dog. We have various dogs.
Yeah, okay.
So it was just like, just being with who was immediate to me. And yeah, that's a big, very short summary of it.
Okay. Okay. So I can still hear in there that you were always creative, because I myself used to, well, I had one Barbie I would never forget. A gentleman gave it to me. My mother let me keep it, so I had one Barbie. And as I was telling Kathy yesterday, I wanted to be Elsa Clinch. I wanted to be Elsa Clinch. I love me some Elsa Clinch. But my mother was not of a sewing, she wasn't a sewer or a seamstress. So it was a very funny thing for me to experience. So I had to use newspaper to make these hot outfits for this Barbie doll. The ones with the bendable legs, you don't get those no more. So I had to use newspaper to make, until I get Elsa Clinch. And she designers are run for their money. So you're a small business owner, you photography, and it takes courage though, because you did the 9 to 5. We all did the 9 to 5, so you're back now on your own. and it takes a lot of courage. But what inspired you to want to be an entrepreneur?
Well, I guess because in my studies, a lot of my classmates, because we are creative, I guess that at school, though we are more the commercial side of art,
Yeah.
and it was something that we were getting into the working world and stuff, and preparing you for that.
Yeah.
All of us still thought like we could do what we were doing at school forever.
Yeah.
So it's like learning, it's like being creative and stuff, and like getting right, no boundaries. That's one thing.
Yeah.
The big difference between the working world and
Yeah.
school.
Yes.
No boundaries at school, but when you get in the working world, you gotta please your clients. Your clients are accustomed to something. Because when you step into the working world,
Yeah.
you're dealing with clients that were dealt with before you.
Correct.
So now you have to go in now and look back, because I spent most of my 9 to 5 looking back at past jobs, like all the way back to 2008, 2009, something 2006,
Yeah.
to see what was done before.
Yeah.
And though they are now like getting more creative, getting more resourceful,
Yeah,
they
people
want
are,
more ideas, more creative ideas and stuff. You still have to keep within a certain bracket, especially when you're dealing with like corporate people, like the banks and stuff like that. They want everything a certain way, and a lot of them have brand manuals.
Yeah.
So you have to follow those guidelines unless they won't accept anything. So I guess what inspired me, because even throughout the school, it was inspiring. A lot of us were talking together, forming our own representing company,
Yeah.
utilizing each other's strengths and building on each other's weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I guess it was just like, I guess it was just a joy to be always creative, despite whatever environment you come into.
Yeah.
Always creative, always learning, because God created us, and He is the ultimate creative person.
Oh, I always say that.
The source of creativity. So I'm thinking, if God created us, He molded each organ, each mold, whatever, to how He wanted it. I guess that creativity is in all of us.
Yes.
And of course, all of us operate on various levels of creativity. But I just had this thing, like, it was like always like, I'm a very conceptual person. If you say so, I'm always thinking my imagination is wide.
Yeah.
So I always have new ideas, new inspirations and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I guess it was just like wanting to bring those to the fore and not just keep them in my head. So I wouldn't say that I was always driven to entrepreneurship, but I guess like over time I realized working with people and like understanding people's different backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you start to see needs, various needs and stuff, and people are requests of and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like a will to serve.
Yes.
I guess that's where the inspiration to be an entrepreneur came from. That desire to serve people via creative avenues.
Yeah. Okay. And it obviously gives the artistic person a lot more freedom to do what they want to do. Did you always want to be a graphic designer? Or, well, I know you do photography and you're passionate about that as well, I guess. Did you always want to do those two things?
Actually, when I was young, I wanted to be a nurse. Because when I got cut, I like to like manage it out and stuff. And how do I say? I think that I have an obsession with health on the back burner.
Yeah.
Because like whenever I feel something, even though it may be seen as feeling fears, but like whenever I feel something, I always find myself researching it and getting to know like biologically and stuff. Even though I wasn't too good at sciences and stuff at school, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
I was always in the art room, but I still passed my CSCs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always wanted to be a nurse, and like especially like say my dogs and stuff got sick or got cut or whatever, I would be there like tending to them and making sure they're all comfy and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but then I find that after a while, I guess the enemy uses it as a fear door.
That can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like start being so afraid, like to feel the slightest pain or whatever. But my dad is. I got my creativity ability from him because he can draw. He's a plumber, construction person. He can build stuff, blah blah, and he's
Go
doing
dad.
everything.
Yeah.
So I guess like seeing him being so resourceful, he's very resourceful. I just got a knack for eventually, being resourceful, being creative myself.
Yeah. So, what's the most challenging part about being your own, being your own boss, running your own business?
I guess because I am not a money person. I am not like I gotta do this because I gotta get money. I gotta do this because I gotta get money.
Yeah.
I always tell people that I live poor.
Yeah.
And I mean that it sounds funny, but yeah, you need money because money buys food, it buys certain stuff, it makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But I can live for money, and to me, most challenging is when people talk about not short changing yourself.
Yeah.
And not like charging too little.
Yeah.
Because I'm a person, honestly, and I say this to the camera, I can do anything for you for free. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
But obviously, you still, because I have some friends who, if I choose to do something for free, then I'm not letting you do that for free. I'm going to pay you.
Yeah.
Even if I pay you $1,
Yeah.
you're going to get something from me.
Yeah.
So I guess my biggest challenge is charging smartly. Because I don't want overcharge. I don't want people to not want to do business with me because my person is play. I am very aware of competitive pricing.
Yeah.
So if I know that you go to somebody and it was too expensive, I'm going to charge. Even if I got a set price list, I'm going to alter my price list and not let you see it.
Yes.
So that you will know that I'm going to charge you for this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to expect you to pay me this. I guess the biggest challenge is just being smart with your service.
Yeah.
Being smart with service. Even like the quantity and the quality. Yeah, the quality and the quantity also is sometimes a big challenge. Because I would get a lot of materials and stuff like that, and then they will actually make it and I will give you it.
Yeah.
But I still want that I am able to do it again. So like you say you go on Dash and you buy, like say I'm making my stuff for toys. I go on Dash and I buy a whole set of materials.
Yeah.
And then they make the toys and stuff like that. And say you like it so much you want extra one. I would still like that. I'm able to do it again.
Yeah.
I don't have to go back and expense myself. So I would still like want you to just give me a little, because I always say whatever you give me, it helps to serve somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's honestly I would consider it set for myself, but whenever I'm paid, it always goes to serve somebody else. Whether it's photography, whether it's design, whether it's getting materials, it always goes to serve somebody else. So I don't always keep it for myself. So I guess the challenge is just being smart with it. Being smart.
You're gonna get there. You're gonna get to the place that, because you need the money at the end of the day to keep going on. But in Jesus' name, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Okay. Well, so what's the best part then about being an entrepreneur for you?
I guess the best part is just being adventurous. You could be adventurous in your approach to business. Just being adventurous, but just leaving home and going out. Like catching the bus, I travel to so many places. I get lost so many times on the bus.
Fun.
And I mean, even in getting lost, you're looking around for the signs on the pole or whatever to tell you where you are, so that if you do catch the bus again, or if you hear somebody lives a certain place, alright, last time I get on that bus and it carried me back, I saw that sign on that pole.
Okay.
So I find just traveling. I've never traveled outside of Barbados, but just traveling around Barbados, I guess that is just I'm meeting clients, meeting different people, getting to interact with different kinds of people. Getting inspirations from all around, getting different environments and stuff. I guess that is what I enjoy most with being an entrepreneur, and just knowing that as there's more talk on people owning their own business and stuff like that, I'm one of those. Yeah. To know that I'm one of those, I'm one of the people that make up that range, that bracket of people, wanting to make a difference, because that's the aim, to make a difference to what is already out there, not crying out any registered businesses or anything. So just to make a difference, make a difference to the way your system is, and not follow it suit.
Okay, well, you already said that the money aspect of businesses is the part that you But outside of that, how do you balance your creativity with the need? As an entrepreneur, we still need to make money. We still have to, we have time deadlines we have to meet. Outside of that, what is how do you balance that creativity, which is kind of loud and out there? How do you balance it with the focus of an entrepreneur?
When you balance it
With the focus of an entrepreneur, what entrepreneurship calls for a focus in order to get certain goals.
Well, for me, it is that I write a lot. So if I have a concept or just a spark, I will write it. And yeah, like then eventually you still got a lot of things going on. Because like, say somebody approaches me with a request, and I have like deadlines for today, deadlines for yesterday, deadlines for last week. And then you gotta go town to get this material, you gotta go Charlotte to get that, and you gotta go with Allison to do this, and all that thing. And you still want to keep that focus. Keep focus on what you want to achieve.
Oh, you just trying to tell me how you balance it?
Oh, right, how I balance it. First thing first, I always make sure that I have time for myself.
Yeah.
I have time to breathe.
Oh, you need that. You need that.
Yeah, I have time to breathe because you can be so consumed with stuff that is there and you're in the middle, and then stuff that's gonna come to you.
Yeah.
So I always try to make sure that while I'm on the fence, if you could say I'm on the fence and there's two sides.
Yeah.
That I kind of like try to deal with what's on one side first, what's behind me.
Right.
To prepare, because obviously you don't want to be like consumed with what's to come, because God will always give you opportunities.
Right.
So you always want to make sure that you clean up the mess before you step into a new opportunity, a new season. So I would say I balance by just making sure that I'm organized.
Yes,
I'm a very organized person. So even though my background is not organized, sorry,
Mine too.
but I'm very organized. Like I always have schedules, so I will schedule my jobs and schedule like down to the T what I have to do. Even if I have to call this person and tell them XYZ, I write that down.
Correct.
And just like even like when I get paid, I always put aside. I always settle budget. Like if I get paid and there's an event I want to go to, I take my money for that. If I have to pay a place, I take my money for that. And then I always look at what I have left and what I can save. So always writing and always structuring what I have to do. Some people might say that, you make plans and things don't always go as planned, but I always say you always have to
at least have one,
So that if you know that you like plans get shaped, you get thrown off course or whatever, you at least know how to go back now and modify your plans. So stay organized, I guess, is what helps me to keep my
As a small business person, who are your role models, inspirations, both locally and internationally, in terms of the same business you do, I guess, or maybe even outside of the business that you do?
That's a funny thing, because I'm a person, I don't think that I've ever really had a lot of people models to see.
Yeah.
But I guess like what would like kind of influence, if I would say, it's just people around me, like my age group and stuff, who I see are doing it.
Yeah.
I have a friend named Brandy. Hi Brandy. And she has a business called Iman ST. I don't know if you ever saw it.
Oh, she was on Sunday Sun.
Yeah.
I was reading it last night, but my mom. Yeah, my mom. Girl. Yeah.
So I cannot remember how we met, but then eventually over the years we started to talk and stuff like that. And then she launched her business, and I remember getting so excited when I saw her at events, and like she had like fashion and stuff. And then I just see like Granny getting opportunities like to travel and stuff.
Yeah.
And just like it's like wondering how. But one thing is that she always put God first, and I guess it's just seeing young people that are my age or even younger just doing things and like not letting anything go by, making plans and not really having the resources but knowing that you're going to get there. I guess it's just the influence around me and not the influence before me or above me or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just what I'm like, what's going on around me.
Yeah.
I won't say that I am a model, many times people will ask me who's been role model or whatever, but I honestly can bring anybody because I try not to idolize.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I guess.
Have you ever made any decisions business wise that you've regretted?
Yeah. I remember when I had first got hired last year in July. I was working with a guy from New York through one of my friends who is his friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Barbados, but she usually travels overseas for her family's overseas.
Yeah.
And I always regret because it was the way it hurt him, the way he responded to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first started working, I was doing a job for him.
Yeah.
And because of the demands of getting into work, settling into work, making work your priority because now you have to, this is like school,
Yeah.
where you could do whatever you want or whatever, you have to conform to the rules of the company. And many times I was like, obviously you're at work 9 to 5, you can't do your own stuff at work.
You should not.
Right. You have to keep focused on the company's work.
Yeah.
Because that is what is going to bring your paycheck at the end of the week or at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously time, you're working 9 to 5 and me leaving home at 6 o'clock, getting home at 7, 8,
Yeah.
and then barely got time to keep it open before it shut down between 9:30 and 10. And didn't have much things to do and I was stressed and stuff like that. And he had deadlines, he had people waiting on the artwork, whatever, and people overseas are not like people here at all.
Yeah, we are a little more laid back here,
right?
For sure, yeah.
But they're like just on par all the time, on par, just want, and stuff like that. And I guess I remember we started to get like both of us started to get edgy, get annoyed, frustrated that things were taking so long. And I was trying to explain to him, I just got hired, I want to make this my priority, I really want to be serious with this job. But I know that I still got things for you to do because I started it, so I should be the person to complete it and stuff like that. And we eventually fell out. We stopped speaking and sent out various emails in anger, in frustration, saying this and that, and then eventually we just ended that. And when I look back up to yesterday, I went on YouTube and I saw, because of the church that I was doing the website and the logo for. I finished the logo and then I had to do the website. But I put work before doing the website because I saw that as important. And even yesterday, I saw the church on YouTube and I clicked and then I went on their website and noticed that the website was done. And I was saying, I really regret the way I did it because I thought that I was being, as Steve would have said, being immature to business protocol. And I mean, I was still learning and I come to school or whatever, so I expect me to be immature. But I saw it as me blowing a big opportunity, however big it would have been. Because, you get into work with somebody overseas, not only just here, and he was going to be able to help me and mold me and stuff like that, but I just gave it up because of my attitude. I didn't want to take on too much. Yes, it's true, you can't take on too much. But I think that I could have altered my attitude a little bit better, could have responded a little bit better to the deadline. So I guess that really changed my whole mindset. Even then eventually when I started to work, I saw the attitude that he was speaking of, it started to manifest and I didn't like it. So eventually I started to work on that. So when I look back, I would say I regret that I wasn't at least mature enough to understand where he was coming from and not just see him as like bugging me all the time.
She's apologizing. This is her moment. She's apologizing. So please forgive her. Let's start over. I love that. I love it because sometimes saying something out loud allows you to appreciate different things. And I sound like an old woman now, but you're still young. So, it's something that you learn from, and please forget what I'm saying. We'll be right back. Okay, so I was going to ask you before, but I just said I'll ask you all your earrings. I love them. Yeah. You bought them or you made them? Okay. Because she's one of my Facebook friends, and I won't say stalking anymore. When I'm just checking,
she stalked me.
I stalk everybody.
If you're a policeman, I think you do it. so
I
that you
saw
can
everybody.
send somebody to come make sure that, you know, it may not be the president or president's daughter, but it still may be somebody.
Yeah.
In case she catches me in a dark road at night.
I have some, but I know you also. I've seen your album. You do the little earrings and the jewelry and everything, and so that's why I asked. I thought maybe you made them, but she's very creative. So I just want to talk to you about the photography right now. And I saw you did a wedding, purple and silver. Yes, that was the bomb. I saw that. The men were decked out. How was it? Because that was your second wedding. Yeah. You feel more because she did my wedding when I got married, 2011. I wrote she. When I got married, November 20th, 2011, she did my wedding, and I remember because I don't know how I just add people like crazy. So we became friends through Facebook, and I saw her work. I mean, money wise and paying your prices were really more reasonable for me, you know. And our wedding got put together so fast. I was like, okay, we get married tomorrow. So, and I wanted a photographer, but I like the fact because Facebook builds relationships. So I like who you were, and I saw that you were a photographer, and I wanted you to do my wedding. And she was like, I don't know, I've never done a wedding before, but we worked together before that, taking pictures. We worked together before that, and I insisted she did my wedding. So when I saw that wedding, the white and the silver and gold, I was so proud. I was like, oh, and the shots were good. I could not even distinguish them from, what we call professionals here in Barbados. How was it doing that wedding?
Well, the thing is that when I was approached to that wedding, it was similar to how you approached me in terms of my prices and stuff.
Yeah.
I know the couple who was getting married. Okay. I know the people who were planning the wedding as well.
Yeah.
I'm a Wesleyan and they go to Wesleyan church. So I was actually shocked that they approached me, but I remember the lady called and said that she was looking around for prices, getting prices and quotes and stuff.
Yeah.
And she wanted to know how much I charge.
Yeah.
So when I told her I do $50, she was like, $50 an hour? I'll give you a call back. And then quickly she called me again and told me they wanted to meet with me and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously I was not out of school, so I'm not gonna go and charge like $450 an hour. So I just made my price attractive because I barely had wedding photography experience, even at yours.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go and charge, and then when I take the pictures, now you can't do a wedding.
Yeah.
So and then the pictures are horrible. It's like, but I paid you so much money, giving me crappy work.
Yeah.
So I was smart. I was business smart. I wasn't undercharging myself because I was still in school, or just coming to school or whatever. Oh, because they were supposed to get married in July.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it
I know how it goes.
Put back.
Weddings.
Right.
Yeah, I know how it goes.
And it got put back in December, and then eventually it was in August.
Yeah.
So at least I had more time, and by August I would have been out to school. I can't remember how much I ended up charging in total. It was still attractive. Yeah. And I remember, just meeting with them and stuff, and knowing how they aren't fancy people. Wedding was budgeted as well, so it wasn't a fancy wedding, but it was still nice. Yeah,
it was beautiful. Yes. I saw the photos. It was beautiful.
And I got an assistant, and the good thing, the assistant was able to transport me. Yeah. And I used my assistant so that he could take pictures as well and get his own experience. So as I was saying, the thing with me is that whenever I get an opportunity, I like to know that at least I have somebody that can experience it with me as well, especially if they can help me to learn. So when I got the wedding, I knew that I couldn't do it myself. So I got somebody to back me up. Yeah. So I got one of my Facebook friends who I know through one of my other friends. Yeah. And I told him, come on, go with me, take some pictures, just in case might not come out good. And it will be experience for you as well, because you know that you've done your portfolio and you want the experience for your own business. Yeah. So, I mean, throughout the wedding, I had such a time because prior to the wedding, I went to a conference. I don't know if you know the Dimensions Church. Yeah. Right, they usually have a creative conference. A conference of creative people called Kingdom Arts. and it's about utilizing your artistic ability for building.
Yeah.
So I would have gone to the workshop sessions in the morning and then got picked up and straight to the wedding. I even saw people that were at the wedding in the bridal party that were at the workshop. So it was like, at least I am not the only person who had to rush from there and go straight to the wedding.
Yeah.
But then I had split a headache, but I tell myself, you know, I promised this couple that I'm going to do my best and I'm not going to let anything get to me. So it was nice because, like, no, you're in the head photographer or whatever, despite that I had a few rude people that stepped into my shop.
I heard even my professional friends like Carl Branch and Himal Reese, I think I pronounced that right. They always complain about the same thing, especially the ones with the iPads taking a picture.
There was a guy with an iPad and he was like this.
And it's pretty
like,
big.
Dude, what are you doing? And then, like, wherever I was, he followed me.
They complain about the same thing, that they get followed by the other ones because they know the shot. They set up the shot. So I mean, if you set up a shot, Carl, I probably would follow you too. So I hear them complaining about that.
And I'm like, seriously, and then, like, especially like when you kiss, like, you know that's
always the one where everyone has a camera out.
And I mean, like, I'm there and this dude jumps in front of me, does this with his phone, and I'm like, you cannot be serious.
They're very serious, apparently.
So I set my assistant one side, I went the other side, and I'm like, dude, we have to get this. Even if we get it at different angles, we gotta get this.
Yeah.
So, and the good thing about the wedding is that it was short, it was an outdoor wedding.
Yeah.
So we were outside, and when the wedding was blowing, the sun was perfect and everything, and it wasn't a sit-down, eat dinner wedding. So you just had, like, cocktails or whatever, you had worship. And I guess that really set the tone because, you know, many times you go to a wedding, you just sing like a few hymns or whatever, but there was actual worship, nice songs, nice atmosphere. It was just so godly. Like, you could feel God.
I could see it because what I was like, Melissa sent through the pictures. I can see how I was calm. The whole wedding was calm.
Yes,
I mean, I'm sure they had exciting moments, but I could just. The bride was so calm and beautiful. You were a beautiful bride. You were calm. She was gorgeous. There's Saul, I think the last name was. Again. She was so calm. So I can see what you're saying, that the worship set the atmosphere. It's raining. But I can see what you mean by that.
And the good thing is that, like, they were open to anything creative, anything new, anything fun, and as you can see, man had a ball.
Oh, that's why I said those suits were off the chain.
So I guess that what really made that one of my best weddings was because they were open.
Yeah.
They were open to do anything new. They weren't rigid. They weren't nervous. I mean, even though they were, because it is their wedding day, they were just open and just accepted. To anything.
But you did, I don't know, you're not old or anything, but you came a long way. I mean, she did great work for my wedding. My Facebook cover is my wedding. I love that shot. That shot when you got, I don't know, I just love it. I just love that shot.
Snap.
Yeah.
Especially at weddings, I just snap.
Yeah.
It's just like you gotta get everything because like I think from that wedding, I had almost 700 pictures.
Yeah.
Like, I had to go through and shorten it down to 100 or 200. So it's just
fun. But I love that shot. You didn't. I love it. I don't have any regrets about my wedding. I mean, you got one or two. But I love that photo. Every once in a while I take it down, but then I have to put it back up. I just love it. I look so happy. I didn't even know it's that. I mean, you're so stressed as a bride, but she made me look so happy. And so, like, I didn't have a care. I love it. I'm going to share that. I love it. I'm so glad that you have the opportunity now to, you know, that was a great opportunity to do that wedding for you. And I pray there's going to be more and more and more. She's such a creative young lady, and she's one of the people that, you know, there's always a person you look behind her face, but she's always one of the people because she always has something nice going on. Her hair. We were trying to get a name for the hair. La hair. And she's always doing something creative. She's always expressing it. I love people like that. I love people like that.
Awesome.
Yay. Okay. This is something that I introduced yesterday with Kathleen. Just some questions I want to ask you. So, do you like to cook?
Yes, I like to cook, especially being on my weight loss journey. I always researching food.
Yeah.
And I love food. I like cannot stop eating.
Yes.
And surprisingly, I'm not putting back on the weight. I think it maybe around my stomach, but I love food. I always like just want to eat.
Like, see, she posts such
Yes.
delicious. Between her and Mr. Scribe, she posts such delicious food on Facebook. I'd be trying to make corned beef into leg of ham.
Just utilizing whatever
Yeah.
you have in your cupboard and just. So I love to cook. I mean, usually after I cook, I can't eat because the smell, the taste, the look, everything. You just don't enjoy it as excited as you were getting the recipe.
Yeah.
You just can't seem to enjoy it as soon as you're done.
Yeah.
So usually let my family taste it, and if it tastes bad, because for me, I always criticize my food. I never like my food, especially when I bake.
Yeah.
It's always a problem.
Okay.
So I always have to get other people to taste it. You know, some people come and like, Sonya, that was so good. It's like, seriously, that tastes so bad. But if you say it tastes good, I guess it tastes good. So yes, I love to cook. I love to try new recipes and just mix and match unhealthy.
Yeah.
Unhealthy.
Well, I do want to ask you this other question, but I because you bring it up. Tell us about your weight loss journey.
Okay.
She looks faboo, by the way.
My weight loss journey began in 2011. And honestly, whenever somebody asks me about it, it feels like it started last year because 2013 is going on so fast.
Yeah.
It just feels like you were right there. And it started when I was experiencing severe stress from school, and I lost a friend when I was at secondary school in 2007. And despite so many years have passed, I don't think that I had gone over the fear of losing anyone to death, including myself. And like just a lot of emotions started to weigh me down, and I started to get reflux, and it just got so bad. And then eventually I started getting panic attacks. I have panic attacks, like 5 panic attacks a day. And like I was just so emotionally burdened. I was like, I almost felt like I just lost myself.
Yeah.
Lost myself in whatever mayhem it was that the enemy was stirring up for me. And just one day, I did a lot of research. I was on the computer constantly, researching anxiety, researching methods naturally and spiritually, ways to overcome it and stuff. And then I came across like exercise and how it, improves the mind, how it improves the body function and stuff. And I know, like, I've been to the doctor during that period. Like, the doctor was my best friend. I was going to him even if my nose was too cold. And I asked, what you could do to help warm my nose.
Yeah.
Not for real, but that was how often I was going.
It's getting kind of chronic.
Yeah, it was like chronic. And a chronic desire to go to the doctor. And sometimes I would go to the doctor and the doctor would tell me, Sonya, it's just XYZ. And I was like, no, you're wrong. I am feeling something. You cannot tell me it's just that.
Oh, it was getting me.
One day the doctor looked at me and was like, oh, you're diagnosing yourself. I need you to stop going on the computer. And then I was still feeling sick. Like, I was just, every part of my body hurt at some point. I had some condition, or at least my mom was telling me so. And I read about the exercise and stuff. And my brother had started exercising. And one day he was outside exercising, and I went to him and was like, I want exercise too.
Yeah.
So he put me on a sit-up, I think it was 200 sit-ups, 200 squats.
Yeah.
So you would like build up each week. You start in small numbers and then build up as you go on.
Okay.
And I started doing them, and then I find like eventually I started cutting out sweet drinks and stuff like that. Nowadays, the most I drink is probably juice.
Yeah.
And that's not often. So most of them is water or milk if they having breakfast or whatever. And I started cutting out stuff out of my diet that I think would upset the acid.
Yeah.
Because at that time I wasn't really taking any medication. And the medication I was getting wasn't for the acid, it was So the other areas of my body that acid was affected or missing something. And then eventually, while I was at school, I think I wasn't telling you when I went gym. So I started to experience like weight training and stuff.
Yeah.
I started playing badminton. I love badminton. Like I played badminton for like 4 or 5 hours straight one day at gym. Just sweating, just moving, just being active. And then when you're ready to go home, and like that feeling where you wash off or whatever, you're just cool, you ain't blowing on you. So I just like being active. And like then I started walking. I remember working at the summer camp during the summer, and I would walk from the school to home, climbing hills with a big bike on my back, sweating, and then eventually my brother and one of my youth president at church, we started going to his uncle's gym, which is in our neighborhood. So I just found like various avenues to just get active because weight loss is not only diet, it's activity as well. And also my pastor helped me with spiritual exercise that I needed. And she was able to help me feed myself with the word and get inspired with God and some of that. So my weight loss was holistic. It was not only physical, it was mental, it was emotional, it was spiritual. And even though I still have my self-esteem issues, nobody believes that. But it's
you look awesome.
Yeah, people look at me and say, "So you look good," or whatever.
I mean, like.
But I still have my self-esteem issues because, flabby, God get muscle. But I still thank God I was able to shed. I think when I last count, I shed 78 pounds. And nobody believes, like, even like people looking at me now, they can't see that I was bigger. So when I showed them pictures.
And you started in 2011. That was when we first met, and she's lost. I think you sure you want to lost more?
Since.
Well, I mean, because I know you lost so much weight, you dropped so much size, and you could tell you had a shape, but I could see you have the hips. She look good.
The hips are good anyway.
It look great.
So I mean, I personally sometimes I think that. I guess it's just a layer of the enemy. Sometimes I think that I lost weight because I was worried. I was stressing and panicking and stuff. And you know, all this stress kills and makes us small or whatever. But I know that I put in the work. I know that I made effort. I know the many times I went to the gym and I did things I couldn't do, and eventually I mastered them. I mean, I get comfortable playing sports in front of people. And knowing me, I don't like running in front of nobody and none of so. It was a lot of, it was just a total character adjustment that I had to do. And right now, I've reached my goal weight is 165. I've reached it. I think I'm actually 164.68. Thank you to my electronic scale. But I've reached my goal. I've entered Wonderland, as they would call it. And I don't intend to lose any more weight. I just want to maintain it. And have fun eating. I still have to try Flint. I have to get to Flint.
Ooh, okay, so when you get a cheesecake, get a chunk. You're not gonna regret it.
I have to taste Flint.
No, she's making me hungry.
So yeah, if I had to sum up my weight loss journey in a nutshell, that's it.
Okay. Back to facts about Sonya. What would be the first thing you'd do today if it was your last day?
If it was my last day,
I guess you ain't thinking that far ahead.
Nah, because there's so much things that I want to do, especially like I would go to a nursery and be around children. Because children remind me of life. They remind me of the joys of life. And when you look at a child, like at the time I saw a child, like they had something like a straw wrapper or something, they were playing with it. And this thing was so intriguing to the child. It looked like it was an airplane, it was a car, it was a bus, it was a Barbie, it was everything to this child.
That is children for you.
And I was like, children are so carefree. And then as we age, we get so sensitized to the dangers of certain things, and we don't want to do nothing, and we don't want to do this because, and what if, and if you do that, then something could happen or whatever. So I have a passion for working with children, despite you know, the diversity, the all the stress and stuff. But I will go to a nursery and just be around children.
Yeah.
I will just want to be around them because I know they will make me smile or whatever. I will also want to go to the hospital and speak to people who are suffering but still joyful,
Yeah.
still thankful to God that they are alive despite their suffering.
Yeah.
I would just want to be around people because part of my life and the biggest aspect of my life is being around people that are suffering as well.
Yeah.
But you can't see it because they don't acknowledge it. Yeah, they may have to take the medication or they have to go to appointments or whatever. But they always seem to enjoy life. I would want that when I say to be me just enjoying life.
What is Sonya's definition of happiness?
I had a definition just the other day.
Yeah.
Happiness is my definition of happiness is not having what you want but utilizing what you do.
Yeah.
It is not about being dissatisfied with what you think you could have, but it is seeing the quality of your life.
Yeah.
Seeing not the quantity but the quality of your life. You don't have much, but you can be content.
Yeah.
It's not a big salary, it's not fancy car, not fancy nose, not fancy clothes. It's just you being contented for your spirit because your spirit man is what thrives, is what gets you, is what picks you up, is
Yeah.
what keeps you alive or whatever. It's not, getting a fancy paycheck, it's not G's you wear that make you feel happy, even though they might influence your happiness, they
Yeah.
might influence your mood. But your inner person is the most important aspect of your happiness.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I've learned that firsthand over the past couple of months. As I told you, I don't have the 9 to 5 anymore. I've learned that it's so much. It's so. My kids ask so many questions. I guess that's definitely me, but and I'm happy because I didn't get I didn't realize what I was missing then. Working at someone's 9 to 5 and yes, I was being creative, but I missed my kids. I missed certain things about them without even knowing. Moms, you miss so much without even knowing. Yes, you're in there, you're doing homework, this, that, but you miss who they are as a person. So I can so agree with that definition. Well, you did answer this to a point, but were there any other dreams you had as a child?
You mean in terms of what I want to do?
Oh, yeah, that especially, but yeah, yes, definitely.
As a child, you mean in terms of like my future?
Yeah.
As a child, I always saw myself as a teacher, even though it has been spoken into my life many times. I've been encouraged to think about it, but despite I usually tell myself I'm not qualified,
Yeah.
I'm not equipped to be a teacher because I know my tolerance, and even despite my lack of tolerance,
Yeah.
people still tell me, they can see me being a disciplinary and stuff like that. I always even just being on chalkboard, getting a chance to write at chalkboard during breaks at school and stuff. And I remember we had this makeshift lessons at school where we used to teach children to draw and stuff. Children our same age to draw and stuff. So I always had this knack for teaching. I always picture myself being a teacher, correcting books and writing papers, giving assignments. I remember when we were young, we had this big grape tree behind our house.
Yeah.
And we had treehouse time.
Yeah.
So I did a timetable. We had activities on timetables like climbing tree, doing work, singing and stuff like that. And it was just I just had a knack for organizing and structuring certain things, pretending that I'm a teacher, pretending that I'm holding a class or whatever. So I guess that's because my head band, I can't remember much. I guess that was one of the other dreams I had, to be like somebody who teaches, somebody who round up people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lovely dream. I think a lot of us went through that period. But what it might be for you, I don't know. Maybe is teaching a subject like your occupation, what you're doing, your business. You might get to that place of teaching people. So it's probably still there.
Yeah,
It's probably they're probably speaking something that's more futuristic, that has they see it as God's the perfect plan that God has it as. So in time you'll be there. You can definitely teach. You can definitely teach. Well, we were talking before we started taping, but what's your life like now?
In general,
Yeah, in general.
just serving people. Sometimes honestly forgetting about myself, and just serving people constantly. I check my Facebook for anybody that may want something done. I always like have this thing, like I always like just feel as though I can help someone improve.
Yeah.
Like recently, one of my friends, the same assistant,
Yeah.
he has his business on Facebook now, and he showed me some logos that he wanted me to choose which one I like best. And then I remembered that I was working on a logo design for him, or he approached me with it before, but I didn't have time. And just like that, I spent a whole night, like literally a whole night designing his brand.
Yeah.
And then I was able to get him to choose one. He really liked it. He posted it, and through that, I got somebody that's interested in the logo, and I was able to improve his brand. Even my other friend who has a catering business, I was able to improve her brand as well. So nowadays, it's just like my life is basically catching up on what I missed out on while working 9 to 5. Because when you're working, you sacrifice so much to put your majority of your time into your company, and you don't have much time to do anything else. Honestly, it's not like a bad thing or anything.
Right.
Like saying companies this your time or whatever, but like there's so much that you miss out on. So right now, my life is just catching up on what I missed out on, or what I thought I missed out on. You know, time with God, time with family, time with friends. You get to know. I haven't gone to the beach yet. I really want to do it, and just looking for ways where I could use my abilities to serve God, because that is very important in my business.
Yeah.
Whatever God has given me, however diverse it may be, that everything that I do will bring Him honor and glory as I serve His people. And even like my page that I'm about to launch, I'm still working on it before I actually launch it. I want to use my abilities to actually build God's kingdom, to inspire somebody, because I do it on Facebook, on my general profile, and some people are encouraged, you know what, about just making it a permanent thing where people could go and get inspiration and stuff like that. It may compete with a lot of others on Facebook, but I know that if there's God behind it, it's going to make a difference.
Okay, so what does Sonya do in her free time, if any?
In my free time, I play with my hair.
Ooh, fun!
Yeah, my hand always in my head. Even from young, my mother kept telling me, your hand always in your head. You know, somebody would plait my hair, and honestly, I sorry for everybody who do my hair, but honestly, whenever my hair get flat and I don't like it, I'll go home and do it. And then I will do it my
I know people like that. I know people that are just like that.
Yeah, so I'm searching for recipes, for hairstyles. Just thinking about like what's my next afro.
Yeah, that's why I share so many with you, because like you have to keep yourself motivated where it's concerned.
Yes. And I came with my dog. By the way, he's not mine. He's adopted.
Okay.
Because he's the next door neighbor's dog.
Yeah.
But he's between the houses, and whenever he's over with me, I play with him.
Yeah.
I listen to music, and try to like encourage my spirit whenever I'm feeling down and stuff, and just I will watch random videos. Surprisingly, I don't watch much TV. Just because of being so busy, I don't actually take time to sit and watch movies.
Okay.
So that's a very interesting question, because I don't always feel as though I have free time.
Yeah.
So I guess the freest time that I usually have is when I'm sleeping.
Oh, I love sleep. Um, okay, I want to really talk about cozies. Is it cozies? Cozies. Tell us about the cozies.
My cozies is a project that I started in my final year at BCC for my major project, because at BCC in bachelor program, when your portfolio is coming up, you have a minor project, a major project, and a group project.
Yeah.
So my major project is my cozy comfort buddies. It's a plush toy, a line of plush toys that are inspired by letters of the alphabet. It's supposed to combine, not supposed to, because it already does.
Yes.
It combines education and fun. My concept behind it is, like when you're teaching a set of little children, they're so eager to get in the playroom, and then they go in the playroom, they play with all sorts of things, and they forget what you teach them.
Yeah.
Unless you taught them a rhyme or something, so they remember the rhyme. I want that when they go into the playroom, cozies are there to remind them that say you give them, because at this moment it's just letters of the alphabet, but I wanted to go into numbers, I want to go into apostrophes, like grammatic slang and symbols, and like I don't even want to let it stop there, because recently one of my colleagues, she lost someone to breast cancer.
I saw that one.
So instantly the idea was to do a breast cancer ribbon cozy.
Yeah.
It was a lot of stress in terms of actual
the crossing of it.
Yeah.
I figured as much. When I saw it, because I commented on it, when I saw it, I was like, how did she get that done? And I was more so touched by the idea behind it.
Yeah.
I think that was a lovely idea. I'm gonna share it with you guys because I loved it. I like how you expand from the letter and then you went there, and I felt what you were feeling your spirit when you did it. But the crossing of it, I was like,
because at first I actually did two patterns.
yeah.
I did one where I had like with a U, and then the idea was to cross it. But then the middle with eyes and mouth was creasing.
Right. Okay.
So I actually then cut it out, and then I got my mother to stitch over so that you could perforate.
Right. Correct.
Right. So then you will get the idea that is crossed.
Correct.
But it's all
flat
together. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So honestly, like despite the stress and the technicality of it, I really enjoy that, because I want that, like take ordinary stuff, like even if I have to do a tree or something, you just want, because the general approach, the general target market is children.
Yeah.
But I noticed that a lot of people, I've done cozies for people my age and some people older.
And they're like hurt.
Yeah. So I don't want it to only stop at children, but it's primarily for children, because I want to influence the development process of the child.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what it is, like so much children that come up and the parents don't have time for them. Some parents are young, so they're still learning themselves.
Oh yeah.
And children come out, then you always looking at your child, telling your child, you got the manners or whatever, but it's like you never actually stop to find out, why is that child behaving like that. Sometimes it may be demonic strongholds on the family or whatever. So I just want to have I want to be a part of the child's developmental process, effective developmental process. So my cozies are what you want to look at.
When I saw it, because I went to BCC, so I know how the graphic design. I have friends who are graphic designers, Ronaldo, Matthew, who's in Canada. I have friends, so I know what it's like. So when I saw that was your project, I thought that's what you were going to do in your showcase. I loved it. It's an idea that when you see it, it's straightforward, and I can see its purpose, and I can definitely see it becoming a ministry for you.
Right.
I can see that when you look at it straight off. If once a person knows you, you can see that it's a ministry right there that you're birthing, and I can see it being one of your, one of the things that you're going to do that's going to be really out there.
Exactly.
So I just,
not to pass but now that you say so, going back to the dream of teaching and stuff, I have a vision and I don't mind sharing my vision, because I know sometimes you might get discouragement, and discouragement is okay, because discouragement makes you stronger, it makes you more precise at what you want. And then sometimes you share your vision, you might get someone who has a similar vision or is able to help influence or help get you to where you are going.
Yeah.
I have a vision to own my own nursery, or to be part of a nursery establishment where I could really make cozies, and because at my portfolio, I don't know if you saw the pictures on Facebook.
I believe so.
My cozy corner.
Yeah, they look like a bedroom.
Yeah,
So cute.
and I then each furniture piece in the shape of one of the cozies.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and I really
awesome.
credit my dad because he built everything.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah, so I want to like just use it as a tool. My cozy, I did coloring books. I did a video as well.
Yeah,
I haven't posted a video as yet. I haven't really promoted the coloring book so much, but right now the coloring book was just like an introductory kind of thing to get children, like just color the stuff, get to know the names and characters and stuff. The alphabet is not completed as yet, so I didn't really want to make a coloring book, another coloring book apart from the one that I have right now.
Yeah.
But I wanted to actually get into now mixing stories, so I will like actually like kind of very subtly encourage children in the Lord via the coloring book stories and storybooks and stuff. So I mean, like the vision in my head is so large. Sometimes I can't contain it. Sometimes I forget about it because I feel as though like that's so long term and you gotta do the short term thing because that's what is gonna get you revenue right now. But I mean that's what has pushed me to be an entrepreneur because I have so many ideas. I just don't want like just put the money back burner because I have to sacrifice my time to put it somewhere else. I just want, and I always remember, I watched a story, I think it was Lay or something, it was about a picture name.
With Dennis. There's also
yeah, and I remember at the end of the story, he was dying.
Yeah.
And he was just writing. And I always tell myself, every day we are dying.
Yes.
We are getting closer to the day every day. And though we know like talking about it or whatever, I just want like sometimes whenever I think about my life and I think about my visions and my dreams and my aspirations and what I want to do, I always go back to that picture and I always remember him laying on the bed and he's just writing as God speaks and he's just writing.
Yeah.
And I'm a writer as well and I want that to be how my life is played out as well. Bear despite my suffering, bear despite my shortcomings, my trials or whatever, I just continue to pour out what God has poured into me.
Yeah.
And just let it go to wherever it has to go, let it touch people's lives, like impact people's lives, like encourage. I just want to be like Eli.
Yeah.
I see what I mean it's so like so inspiring to really think about it. I believe that's the major force is to know that despite the world is ending, things are happening.
Yeah.
You know, let that stop you. Just keep doing what God wants you to do. Keep using what God has given you. Because that's the purpose of our existence anyway. To get back to God as He gets to us.
Well, speaking of the movie, Eli, I don't think I asked you that, but what's your favorite movie of all time?
I love Courageous.
Oh my word, love it. You watched the other one?
Fireproof?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I watched Fireproof first, and then I watched Courageous. I watched Courageous 2 or 3 times. I love Courageous.
Yeah. I think it's even better than
Fireproof. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And what happened with Courageous 2 is that it was about young men. It was about men.
Yes.
And men of different ages, with different needs, with different ethnicity backgrounds, as you said, different diverse, but still united in a way because all of them were police officers.
Yeah.
Different struggles, but same focus to get better, to improve.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the fact of how they made a move to serve God first,
yes,
as they serve their family. And I mean, I'm single, and I believe if God wants me to have a partner, I want him to be a courageous man.
Wow.
He has to watch the movie so that you can get inspiration, you know. But I want him to be a courageous man, a man who serves the Lord before he serves me, and I want him to I want to. I just loved it because you know, like a lot of people thought, well, because the woman is so emotional, she kind of gets in tune with God faster than the man. He's more logical. He might ask more questions. He might want to know what he got do this and that. And
Have to,
right then, like they're falling in love with a man and you can't see or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just so inspiring to see a young man, to see a man of any age serving the Lord wholeheartedly, than to see a woman, you know, preaching or whatever. I mean, I have nothing against women ministers, I have nothing against women preachers, teachers, whatever, but to see man, because, you know, it was Eve who led Adam to eat the fruit or whatever, so, you know, you always got this tension between the sexes.
Yeah.
But to see a man making a move for himself, not being led astray, not being influenced by another person, it is very admirable.
Yeah.
So that's why I love Courageous, because it was just not only one man, it's four making a move for their family, making a move for the people that needed them.
Correct.
And I think that that's what we really need to understand, that in life there are people who need us. We don't know them. We may know them, but they are in need of what we have. They are in need of what God has given us. So
I can tell, we can tell. Just want to say this, I think you're so talented. You're so amazingly talented. You're blessed. You're such a strong woman of God. I've seen and heard you overcome things, and I know you're going to overcome even greater if it comes to that. You're blessed, and I just want to speak it into your life that you're going to fulfill whatever it is God's will is in line with anything that you have to do. I believe that so strongly. I love interacting with you on Facebook. It's even better when we were face to face interacting, and I just want to bless you, and whatever hardships that you've overcome, it's made you stronger. Just always remember that, just always believe that, and you're going to do even better things for God, for yourself, for the kingdom. Yeah, and I just want to say that before we go any further. What is, because I know they're like babies to you, they're babies, but what is the, out of your talents, what's the one you want to really see go out there?
My writing.
I do not know.
My writing. Because when I was younger, me and my brother, we used to write poems. So like whenever we have Christmas programs or harvest or whatever, we used to write our own.
Yeah.
We never used to take recitation. We used to take when we first, you know, got into church or whatever. Because we were going to church when we were young. We came up in church, and we used to write our own. Every special program we had at church, you know, they was always looking for a poem from us. And then after a while, my brother stopped, but I kept writing for a time, and then I got into writing devotionals. I used to write devotionals and like short exhortations. And I remember having I started a blog on blogger.com named Writing Inspired, but I didn't I stopped that as well because certain things in my life started to happen, sin started to overtake, so I thought I had no time for God, thought I had no time for writing, I had no time to study my soul, and eventually I stopped, and I still found yet that then my longer writings became shorter statuses on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I would still, when I thought I had forgot about writing, I put it on back burner. And noticed I was still doing it, but I was doing it in my statuses. And I find it was so amazing. Like, I remember a woman speaking into my life one time that God is going to give me, God is going to download certain things in my mind that people have never perceived before. And it's only like sometimes, like, if I'm somewhere, I just get, the thing about me is that it always starts with a title. You just get a title. And then I'm able to expand on it, and it's like so amazing the thing that God downloads in you. And when you're creative, well, everyone's creative.
Yes.
When you thrive on your creativity, you start to like bring some concepts, and it's like, seriously, where you get that from? Like, seriously, you could like apply God's word to a newspaper,
anything,
or apply God's word to a working fan.
Yeah.
So, I really want God to use my writing as He has given me the talent. I always had, because Joyce Meyer, I love Joyce Meyer, and I love that she teaches, she preaches, and she writes.
Yes.
And Joyce Meyer's books, because she's been on emotional roller coaster as well. They have been part of my healing in my emotional roller coaster, because I remember one morning I woke up after panicking a whole night, woke up in the morning panicking, called my pastor and she told me, come. She took me to the bookstore and she bought a Joyce Meyer book for me. And I read it. It's called The Confident Woman. And I read it. And I will watch her broadcasts and stuff like that. Not idolizing her, but being encouraged and inspired. And I told myself, you know, one day I want to write a book. And not to give away the secret, but it's already on Facebook. My minor project for my VCC portfolio was a devotional brand called Anew. Experience God anew.
Yes.
And it's to encourage people, primarily young people who think Bible study is boring, and to bring the Word of God creatively, help them to understand it, apply it, and be encouraged. And the devotional that I've already written that I'm hoping to get published once I function and everything is a devotional Bible on the fruits of the Spirit.
Yes.
You know, I want to go into the Bible and take out the very simple things, and even the more complex things I want to break down. And the fruits of the Spirit, and I did it in form of a recipe book.
Oh my goodness, you heard it here first. Send me a copy.
I should have walked with it today to show you, because I did 2 copies. I did one for this way and then one for my food.
I did not even know you had that time. I did not even know that you had. I have some amazing people said, no, me coach. Yes.
So the book, just as a very short synopsis, the book is a recipe book. Each fruit I liken onto an actual fruit. So for instance, the fruit of love is lemon apple. So the recipe that you're making is lemon apple. And the recipe is like, I actually have the recipe format. So you have your ingredients, you have your method, and then you have...
Don't give too much away. Don't give too much away.
Right, so it's just a recipe format.
Yes.
And you just have the way you go about being a loving apple. Because the idea is you're not making something to eat. You're making your character. You're making something to improve your character. So at the end of the day, you'll be a loving apple. And then at the end, you have a little bless your meal prayer, as you bless God for the character improvement that you're going to go. And then at the end, you have your little note cards and stuff that you can take. Say you have somebody that's reading the recipe book as well, and you have a Bible study, you have your little note cards, you can take notes or whatever.
Yes.
And it will be in a way gathering other recipes. And after that, there's a book that I want to go into about spiritual exercise. It's about balancing diet and exercise. And that is one that I really, honestly, I forgot about. So only recently I went back and looked at my project and was like, seriously, I have this book to write. So that's why in launching my Facebook page, I will be able to bring to awareness of all the things that will improve as well. So,
I cannot. I honestly cannot wait. I get really excited when I see people doing things like what you're doing. I love talented people. I think I may be even jealous, but I mean, my love for talented people is so strong. I love to see you guys doing, you know, what makes you happy, because as we grow older, we lose dreams.
yeah,
We lose them. We drop. I mean, just speak to the most average of persons, and they lose even their dreams. So what about the extremely talented people like you, the artistic people, you know, these book smart people? And it excites me when I see someone doing something. If it's a photo they took that they post, if it's something they made, whether it's food, whether it's anything, I love it. It just sends me crazy. I am cuckoo for creative people.
Cuckoo for creative.
Cuckoo for creative. So I didn't even know you had this in you. So you have me real. Like, this energy can take me till tomorrow. Whatever I gotta do, I just burst through everything. And I've always seen you as a person that can do anything she puts her mind to. And I think because you've overcome so much in terms of your physical appearance, in terms of your spiritual appearance, that you can see now that all these things are just coming to the forefront, because they would have tried to bury
Yeah.
They would have tried to bury who you are and
Yeah.
what you can give to this
Yeah.
world, and it's just coming there. And I'm just, you know me, I got my pom-poms out. I'm always cheerleading you, whatever you do. I love to cheerlead my people, whatever it is that they're doing, because it makes a difference. All great people, maybe when they were doing it, they didn't know it was making a difference. But sad to say, when time has passed, and probably unfortunately they have passed, they leave a mark that, you know, encourages people. They leave the lights in the darkness and encourages people to know that I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
Because honestly, while I was on my weight loss journey, some people will come to me and say, you look like you lose a weight, stuff like that, and I would be like, seriously? And honestly, only time I really noticed I was losing weight was when I look in my wardrobe.
Yes.
Like nothing fits.
Yeah.
And, the size is getting small and stuff. And I remember, remember you would have read my article.
Yeah.
And as I said, I was really inspired to write that because of the girl that would have killed herself.
Yeah.
And I was like, seriously, like, she and the boy talked to her, whatever, like, and I've been in that situation where I felt like I was like, I literally looked up to the sky one day and was like, God, take my life. Because I'm not going to take it myself, but I can't live like this. And I remember, like, my father, as I would have said, he was like, but Sonya, you try everything, you're going to your past, you really you're doing everything, and nothing ain't working, so, the next phase is mental. And I was like, I cannot go to the mental, because I could flip this. And while I was on my journey, I was seriously struggling. I was just making effort to get better and to improve. And I didn't feel like it was really making a difference because people were still seeing me as normal Sonya that wasn't struggling or whatever. But I know inside I was like just going through the emotions and just going through a big ordeal. And it's only when nobody knows that when the article was in paper, I got so much calls from people who were just waiting for somebody to come and identify with them. Like, while I was at work, I was spending a lot of my time at work, taking breaks from my work, answering phone calls, encouraging people of different ethnicities, Indians, Ghanese, old people in their 60s and 10, coming to a 20-year-old and this 22-year-old, and it's like, seriously, like, you've been living so long with this, and I'm barely 22, and you're 60 something. And I was like, I felt so good, and these people actually wanted me to come to their house and encourage them and like go walking with them because a lot of them had started exercise with their partners. Just wanted somebody, and then like I would go places, and then people from the church and stuff would come to me and like, I didn't know you were struggling with all of this, and even my boss at one time, he was like, honestly didn't know you were struggling with all this because it was happening when I was at school. At school, I'd be praying, and I would be like, I actually got to a point where I didn't want to leave home, and surprisingly my grades weren't failing, and I did really well when I left school. And my boss is like, because my boss was my tutor at school, he was like, sorry, I didn't know you didn't go through all that. And I was like, nobody knew because I tried not to let it get to a point where it like hindered me. So just felt good, not getting the praise for myself, but it felt good that I was at least able to, because I remember when it first got published, I felt a little bad, because you're in the papers or whatever, you're really getting the response that you wanted, but I knew that somehow, even if it's one person, somebody would be encouraged. And I got a whole range of calls and people just getting encouragement and stuff like that. And I was just also thinking about like if I could afford like very sessions and stuff, very encouraged. But I don't want to run ahead of myself, run ahead of God, what God is doing. So I'm at a time in my life now where I actually like, if you would ask me that question again, like what is my life like now? I'm at a time in my life where I'm literally like, I feel like I'm in between seasons. And I've been through a season before, and a season is coming, and I'm right here. And I'm actually just like waiting on God. Some people will say, many times we wait on God, and God will telling us come. Or we saying we waiting, I'm waiting on God or whatever. But I believe I made a step already, stepping out of the 95 and into this place right now. And I'm like right here. I'm at the crossroads, and it's just for God to take me. And I'm just at a place where I desperately seeking the will of God.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go any further in my life not knowing what God's will is. Because His will is perfect, and my will is not perfect. My will takes me to enough chaos as it has in the past. So I'm just at a point where I have so many ideas. I have to write it down because Habakkuk always says, if you read it, write the vision and make it plain.
Correct.
And I have so many visions to write, and I just want to present all of them to God and say, God, well, this is what I have desired. Just do it as you will. Just show me what is your will.
Yeah.
Just passionately desiring to make a difference.
Okay. Wow. I'm having so much fun.
Yes.
I'm having a great morning. So once again, I want you to tell the folks the name of your business, how they can contact you, because SG has a special spelling. So just make that clear for them.
SG, it is actually my initials, Sonya Goddard, but I spelled it O-S and G. It's one word, E-S-S-G-E-E. Creative. Yes, you can spell creative.
Correct.
It's E-S-S-G-E-E. Creative, 2 words. And my contact information is, well, my Facebook page is what I primarily use to promote my business. Facebook.com/Essgee Creative. And I have yet to do up the pages for, well, I have posted a page, but it's still under construction, and my other pages that I'm working on are still under construction. So majority of my work is being shown on SG. And if you're on Facebook, just type in Essgee Creative and you find it. It has a blue display picture and a lot of funny words, and the concept behind that is really humorous, so when you go on the page you'll see why. Contact information, phone number, please do not call me and harass me. 4399004, 4399004. And my cell number, please don't call and harass me, I'll block you. 837-3108. And my email address is sgcreative@live.com.
Okay. So it was a pleasure having you.
And I'm very excited to be in my home, be in my Edison, and be on Edison's camera.
Bye.